Hey sweet thing, and welcome home to day 19 of our Advent calendar. So if you celebrate the festive season, even if you don't, you must have noticed that it's getting awfully near now. So that makes what I want to talk to you today about seem more necessary than before. Full disclosure, it's coming from something that happened to me yesterday. So I've said before that the imperfection is as important as the yoga, so this is me showing myself at less than my best, because I'm sure I'm not the only one. Before I go into that though, find yourself a nice comfortable seat, get yourself settled, and just take a moment to notice how you're feeling today. Before we take our settling breaths, maybe you notice that your mind automatically goes into your body to find out where you're carrying your attention today. If so, then I am delighted that these moments that we spend together have guided you inward to such a degree that, now you do it without really thinking about it. We can't really look after other people if we lack the awareness to be able to notice what's going on for ourselves, right? I'll leave you a moment to think about that one, but it's something I really do think is true. When you're ready, feel into your posture, see if there's any small adjustments you can make in order to find even greater amounts of comfort. And then relax your gaze or close your eyes. And let's take our nice settling breaths together. So would it be more comfortable to breathe in through the nose or the mouth today? Open your mouth and sigh that big sigh out. Notice how good that feels. And then another inhale. Fill the body with fresh oxygen and sigh it out. Long and loud. And one more time. Deepest inhale that you can manage. And then sigh it out. Remember, this sigh out is yours anytime you need to put down something that you've been carrying. I find that it does make me feel like I'm putting down a great weight. The trick, however, is not to pick the burden up again when you're done. When I figure out how to do that reliably, I'll share. Okay, on to my moment of not being at my finest. This time of year, as we've mentioned so many times, is more stressful for a great many reasons. And yesterday there was a bloke acting like an entitled dick in the supermarket, and instead of just letting it be, because that's what people do, I called him on it. Now that in itself doesn't sound bad, but when I came out of that encounter, I wonder what purpose it has served, apart from to make me feel really agitated. It didn't change his behaviour. It didn't solve anything. Maybe for a brief moment it allowed me to let off some steam, but mostly it made me think that people can be really awful this time of year, including me. There was no real reason for me to get involved. And so what I was thinking for most of the evening yesterday is that we let other people tell us who we are in so many big and small ways. I'm not generally a person who likes confrontation. Definitely not a violent person, not to say that I hit him or anything, but the impulse was strong to do so. I mostly preferred just to be friendly and to joke with people, because I find that, that old saying is true: you can catch so many more flies with honey. And the way that that interaction made me feel about myself, in the moment I felt like I had no choice but to speak up. But it was really a waste of energy, because speaking up is a deliberate choice instead of just a reaction. Speaking up should count for something as far as I'm concerned. And if it doesn't create some kind of further understanding or make somebody aware of how their behaviour is affecting others, it's kind of self-serving. Yes, I've been feeling kind of agitated for the last couple of days. I've got the same big feelings and energies as anybody else, but there are better ways, because I don't know what happened outside of that moment. Maybe that guy felt really picked on, and so he decided he was going to share it around with the people close to him. So by choosing, it didn't feel like a choice, but by choosing to go off on somebody who, in that moment, I felt richly deserved it, I possibly made the world slightly more unpleasant than it needed to be, because of the ripples that I can't see. So my reminder to myself and to anybody who's listening to this now is, don't let other people tell you who you are. That's something that we need to hang on to, because it is precious. And once we act in opposition to the way that we believe ourselves to be, it leaves this energy of doubt. I didn't want to be around people after that interaction, knowing full well that not everybody is an asshole. It really made me want to crawl back into my cave and not have anything to do with people, just on the off chance that my interaction would go the same way. But you see, there's a second part to this, and that's that the only thing that you can control is how you think, how you react. And in that moment, I lost touch with that. So yes, other people might be entitled assholes at this time of year. Hell, they can be this way all through the year. Let's not pretend the festive season brings them out. They're there all the time. But just because people are behaving in ways that make life difficult for other people doesn't mean you've got any control over that. It doesn't mean that your action is going to have any effect at all. So maybe there's something to this counting to 10 business before you leap in with both feet. I just know that for me, it's made me really, really conscious of the fact that I'm making this advent calendar because I want to put some kindness into the world, but that not all of my interactions are kind, because I get caught up in my own feelings and the things that I need to do, my feelings of overwhelm and busyness. Maybe we're all feeling that, and just choosing to be kind instead is the way forward. So this wasn't meant to be like a whole video of contrition. I can't change it now. All I can do is allow that interaction to guide me moving forward. So maybe take a pause before jumping down somebody's throat. Wish I'd done that. But also, remember who you are. when you're not stressed and overwhelmed. It's that business of coming back to being your favourite self, isn't it? You know, not the best version of yourself, but the version that you like, and the version that doesn't cause you to question who you are afterwards. So yeah, this was a little more serious than some of our other check-ins today, and more to do with our outer behaviours rather than checking in on the inside. But I hope all the same it was a reminder that might actually give you a moment to think. So let's end up with our nice big hug, shall we? Inhaling the arms out wide to either side and crossing the right arm on top of the left on your exhale. Breathe into it. Feel the solidity of your hands on your body. And then let's take it over to the other side. Inhale the arms out wide. This time look up at the sky and smile. And exhale, cross the left hand over the right. And just breathe into this. Wherever you find yourself today, hugs are rarely the wrong answer. So remember, you've got to find 2 more hugs today. 4 hugs for survival. Make sure you give yourself what you need. And until we're together again, sweet thing, mind how you go.